So this is, I believe, part 17. So today will be 17. Oh, I can hear myself twice. It's no good. There we go. So for this part, we'll be finishing off some of the parts from the safe system, and then we'll try to add the remaining towers. Afterwards, I will try to balance the game off screen, because balancing takes a lot of time, and it's simply playing it, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work. So let's give this a quick go. So firstly, let's go into our scripts and open whatever we were working on yesterday, which I believe is main menu, sound settings. There we go. So a quick overview of how the systems work once this loads in. So first we have our sound settings class. Now this does the following things. It sets our sounds, saves them in our values here, which which correspond to our UI, and then we pass them through to our save data manager class, which is here. Now this specific class carries over to other screens, so the save data is always active. We need that because music and sound values have to carry over, and we always need to know what they are. And of course, we run the save function, which then saves it into our file, which gets saved in a file here. And this is the set of data. This is how it's saved. So we save it into a array, and then this is the same way we load it off of that array back into this script right here. And of course, what we're missing right now is to modify the front section. So right now we no longer set it as I. So wait, let's say. So our iteration set sound. So this gets our sounds from the sound slider, but we don't want to get it from the sound slider. What we do want to do is we want to set the sound slider to the value of our actual sound. So what we want to do is save item manager.instance. Well, actually the other way around. Wait, let's have a look at this. What do we have here? So this is what calls set sound, which is fine. We're going to leave it as this. But what we will actually change is we'll add private void load sound data, like so. And what load sound data will do is it will loop through every single slider that we have. And for each slider, it will set the value of our slider to be equal to either music, sound, or master. Actually, let's do it slightly differently. So I'm going to make a float sounds. It's going to be an array. Equal to new float of size 3. And what we'll do here is we'll do sounds 0 is equal to dot master. Let's copy this 2 more times. 1, 2. It's going to be 1, and that's going to be 2. Like so. And then we'll just do this set of code at position I. It's going to be equal to our sounds at I. And now this will automatically set up our sliders load sound data to be what our actual sound settings are. So let's give the project a run. Now, if we open this panel, we'll see that, wait, let's actually make these values visible. All of them while we test. We'll remove that later. Okay, so we press play and now we load our data. So our music and sound are set to 04, 05. If we all go into options, go into sound, we see that our slider has not updated itself at all, which is not what we want. But does the saving work? So if we press confirm changes, it does. So apparently this little piece of code that we just did is not. Oh, master sound and finding music. That's why. Also, we need to change the text as well. So at position I dot text is going to be equal to, and we do need to run through this again. Actually, what we really all need to do is to run this single comment once and then run set sounds, because we do have to pass through everything, and we'll just pass through our I, and that saves us a lot of problems. So let's go into options. Those are all current values, and as we see, now everything works fine, as it should. The file does exist, which is great. Now that we've done the sound, we can move into the video settings. So right now, video settings do change the values. It actually will change into the correct resolution once the game is built. However, it's not being saved into our save system. So firstly, let's expand our save system. And before we do that, let's delete the current save file. So if we go into our save load manager, we can run delete save if we just press update, and that's a temporary thing. So with this, I've deleted the file. I should probably add a debug.log file has been deleted, like so. So we are aware of it happening while we test, and with the file being gone, we can modify the data without having any problems. So first thing we'll do is add all user data free, and that's going to be our data.res. Do we have a resolution? Where are we? Save data manager. So what we need is to set these guys to be able to get them. So resolution index, and finally the last one is going to be our, what is it called? Full screen. That's like so. With this, we pass the data through to here, but we are missing some of the code from the other section. So with this done, let's do the next set. So here we will reload everything correctly. So we have set screen options. So we'll do set screen options, and this will do our loaded data. And we're asking first for full screen and then for resolution. So it's going to be at position 4 and then at position 3, like so. And all we have to do now is call this from our video settings after we set everything up. So we will do our, what's it called? was this? It's savedatum.instance.set screen options, and we will be passing through the is full screen and our resolution iteration. Of course, now we have a problem because this is a boolean and the other one is a float, but that's fine. So we just have to convert this into an integer. But how can we convert a int? That's the real question. Is it possible to convert it, or do I have to do interesting? Is it possible to do? So I guess we can do that. Let's give it a try. So let's get rid of that. And with this, we convert our boolean to a number, which is going to be either 0 or 1 because it's a boolean. So with this, we now properly can save all of our data. Of course, actually, there's one more thing that we are missing here. So when we first create it, data manager dot set screen options, and usually we would get the current resolution of the screen, and then we would get the index. But for the sake of this, I'm just gonna go with our very first option. So is it full screen by default? It should be set to is full screen by default. So we will set 1 and we will send 0 like so, and that's going to be our 1080 by whatever. Like so. I actually need to have a quick break from this stream. So I'm just going to stop it and then restart the stream when I can continue.